Right. I should be live now. Yes, I'm live. Am I live? Yes, I'm live. Okay. Right, welcome along everyone. Hope everyone's doing well today. We've got some pretty insane news in the football world. Yeah, some very insane news in the football world. Yeah, we'll wait for a few people to get in and then we'll get into it. Yeah. Backdrop has been changed, as you guys can see. I hope you all like it. I think I will probably add my green screen back. I'm just giving it a bit. I'm just kind of tinkering around with it and just seeing how things go. But once I do my farming simulator content, this will be different down there. That'll be very different down there. It will still have like everything, but it will just look different. So yeah, and that the Premier League table will be different as well. When that all happens. So yeah, anyway, welcome everyone. Hope everyone's doing well today. We have some pretty insanity news. We're going in for round 2 of Enzo Fernandez. At least what I've been told. I think this is a very good idea, personally. I'm very excited for that. I don't know how much money we're willing to spend though this time, but apparently we're going for Enzo Fernandez again. Because the thing is, we really need to address our midfield. Because, quite frankly, our midfield is open. Like anything. You can slice it open with a knife. Theoretically. So yeah, we need to go for a midfielder. If it's not Enzo Fernandez, who else could take the role? At this point in time, I don't actually really know. But I'm really hoping that we get some sort of midfielder in this January. Because then we've got the rest of the season to go without really no midfielder. And we can't keep on relying on Zakari and Kovacic. As much as I love them both, we can't keep on relying on them. Also, other news as well, as you guys probably know, Frank Lampard has been sacked. He's been gone from the job. Everton are not happy, and I'm actually looking at his stats here. This is from Sky Sports. We've got 44 games, 12 wins. 12 wins in 44 games. That's horrendous. 8 draws, 24 losses, 43 goals scored, and 71 goals conceded. Yeah, that's pretty shocking news. So like I said, I'm going to still add some more animation, still add some more like stuff and everything. I want to bring my green screen back. Definitely. But yeah, there's a lot more stuff I want to bring back. And like I said, when I do my Farm Sim news, it'll all be different as well. Still be the same layout, but just be different. I'm just trying to approach it differently for this coming year. But anyway, that's pretty crazy news. The fact that Frank Lampard has been sacked. I mean, it was gonna happen anyway. It really was. He wasn't gonna. I don't think he would have stayed in his job no matter what. But yeah, it's pretty incredible news. If I'm honest with you, is Frank Lampard really a good manager? Let's be realistic here. I would probably say not great. I would say he's probably maybe better as like an assistant manager. I think he's someone that can't go straight into a managerial job instantly. You can't just throw it to him and give it to him. I think if you look at what, for example, a Mikel Arteta's done under Pep Guardiola, he was an assistant manager under Pep Guardiola, and he managed to learn off Pep Guardiola, one of the best, and then bring it into Arsenal terms, and now he's winning lots of games, which is insane. 1 second, folks. I'm just gonna go and just do something real quick. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, I think the whole situation with like where the Premier League is right now and everything. If you look at it, as you can see on the leaderboard, Arsenal are first, I need to put the points up. That's something I was going to do. I'll do that for next time. So Arsenal first, City, Newcastle, Man United, Spurs, Brighton. Then you've got Fulham. I just want to say, Brighton, Newcastle and Fulham, I'm very, very, very surprised with. I was not expecting them to do this well in the season, but there we go. We then got Brentford, Liverpool and then Chelsea. Now, Chelsea did draw against Liverpool. Personally, I think that should have been a win, but it wasn't. It just wasn't. I think we should have won that game, but look, we're not going to go into that. I would have loved to win. I think we should have got 3 points, but we didn't, so we've got to move on. But Brighton are doing extremely well. I personally think Spurs should be 6th. I think Spurs should be 7th. I think Brighton should be 5th, and Fulham should be 6th. That's how I think the table will go. Spurs are playing tonight. Against Fulham. I'm not expecting Spurs to win. I think if I have a look on OneFootball, I'm pretty sure Spurs are actually away. I think. I might be horribly wrong there, but I think, yes. So Spurs are away to Fulham. This is going to be a very interesting game, because I don't generally know how this is going to go. Mitrovic is back, so that's something that Spurs would have to be concerned about. Willian has been playing pretty damn well. He scored against Chelsea. Piera is also really good. He's a great attacker. Another person to be scared of. I'm not going to pronounce his name because that's ridiculous. But I personally think Fulham have a better attacking team than Tottenham do. Personally, if you look at the way how Spurs have been playing, they look like they're so exposed. They're very open. Teams can get around them very quickly. I mean, we saw just that when they played against Man City, for example, and they got ripped open in the second half. And personally, I think Fulham will do sort of the same thing. I think Mitrovic will be a right pain in the backside tonight for Tottenham. I think he will make them suffer. He'll threat, especially at home as well. We've got all the home ground and the fans backing them. So I think tonight's game will be a really interesting game, and I think it will really show where each team should be. Because I'm saying this now, I don't really think Fulham should be 7th, in my opinion. The way that they're playing right now, with the players that they've got, is pretty incredible. So I don't think they should really be 7th. So I'm expecting the Spurs to lose. I'm gonna go with a score prediction of 3-1 to Fulham. Yeah, that's probably a bit harsh, but there we go. I'm a Chelsea fan at the end of the day. I mean, I don't like either team, but I would rather Fulham win. So yeah, but no, this whole season's been this up and down, good and bad. So many mixed opinions about this season, and I would love Chelsea to finish top 4, and that is the question of the day, guys. Question of the day: will Chelsea finish top 4? Yes or no? Let me know in your. Actually, let me make a poll. Let me make a poll so you guys can vote on that. I'd like to hear what you guys. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. I'd like to hear what you guys think about that. Can't spell Chelsea right. Cool. So there we go, guys. Get your votes in. Let me know who do you think. Do you think Chelsea will get top 4? Do you reckon we'll flop it? I think we will. I think we will beat Fulham at home at Stamford Bridge, and then we'll win our next game against West Ham. I think the momentum will build. Joa Felix will be missing against Fulham again because he's suspended, obviously from the red card against Fulham away, believe it or not. But he'll be back for the West Ham game. Now, talking a bit about Joa Felix, apparently Chelsea are going to try and push in an option to buy Joa Felix. Now, I know that he hasn't come with any option to buy, but apparently they want to try and get a kind of like a clause in where they can like try and buy him. And if Joa Felix says to Atletico Madrid's manager or to his or just to the club saying, look, I actually don't want to be Atletico Madrid, I want to be for Chelsea, I've had much more game time, I've scored this amount of goals. If it happens, Atletico Madrid have the right to just rip up his contract, and then Chelsea can sign him a contract. People forget about that. And I'm just going to say now, if Joa Felix does want to stay at Chelsea, which I really hope he does, We need to see how he performs against West Ham, and in the Champions League. We're not in the FA Cup, we're not in the Carabao Cup, so we can 100% focus on the Premier League and the Champions League. But we've just got to see how it goes. We still got Madueke. We still got Mudryk. Mudryk has sparked this attacking team from Chelsea up so much. He's just put so much spark into the club. It's pretty fantastic. And what he showed and what he displayed over the weekend was pretty breathtaking. Something that we haven't seen for a very long time, probably since Hazard times. A player that can do one-on-ones, get around the defenders, and try and create something. Try and make it lively, make the whole thing oh my god, like get everyone off their seat. We haven't seen that at Chelsea for so long. We haven't seen a player that can do that for so long. We thought that would be Raheem Sterling. We thought that would be Pulisic. Neither of those two have showed what they can do. Mudryk's come in for his first ever time at Chelsea and almost scored a fantastic goal just by skilling past the defenders. If that's not a thing, if that just goes to show you his quality and what he can do, start him every game if I'm concerned. I think he'll start against Fulham, he'll start against West Ham, and what Graham Potter needs to do personally, I think, Graham Potter needs to build. He needs to build a team that will play against. He needs to get the chemistry. He needs to build a team. And I personally think if we do buy Joa Felix for next season, I think our attacking team would go to a 4-2-3-1, and I would say probably I think the best players to go with would be Nkunku at top, Joa Felix, Madueke, and Mudryk, and then we then have Zakaria and Kante on the midfield in the CDM role. I think our best back four would be to have Thiago Silva, Badiashile, Reece James, and Marc Cucurella. Goalkeeper, I'm not too sure yet who we're going to get for next season. And then we still have the likes of Mason Mount. We still have the likes of Pulisic, Ziyech, if he does ever stay. And forgot the player that I was going to mention. That's a right bummer. But we still have attacking talent. Sterling, that's it. But we still do have attacking talent on the bench, and that's the main thing. But if Graham Potter can start to finally build some chemistry in this club, start to finally put a team out that's going to show some threat, going to show some sort of urgency to want to score and win games, play him. Simply play him. We have nothing to lose now. We're out of the FA Cup. Okay, cool. We're out of the Carabao Cup. We are out the we're out of the Carabao Cup, we're out of the FA Cup. We're in the Champions League and we're in the Premier League, of course. Let the players play and show what they've got. They've got nothing to lose. Mudryk's 20 years old, and so it's not Madueke's like 21 or something like that. They're both in their 20s, and Joa Felix as well. At the end of the day, we've got to play them because they're gonna show something at the club. They're gonna show something. And yeah, I just hope even if Chelsea don't finish top 4 this season, which I wouldn't be surprised with, if I'm honest with you. Because the way everything's going, it's going a win, a draw, a win, a draw. So we're most likely winning against Fulham, and then we'll draw against West Ham, and then we'll see from there. That isn't good enough. We need to win. Obviously, I love that. But if we don't make top 4 this season, and don't win the Champions League, we not just get... it's not the fact that we're not just getting top 4 football and the Champions League, but... maybe, just maybe, Champions League football is something that we don't need for next season. Maybe Potter's trying to build something in the club, and maybe he just wants to have the Champions League assigned to him and the pressure off, and then focus on the smaller games of the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and we'll try and win those trophies and build up more mentality. I know that's not what we want, Chelsea fans want. I don't want that. The players don't want that. The players want to be in the highest of highest levels of the Champions League, of course. But just maybe, possibly, it might be better if you don't have Champions League football. That's probably crucifying me saying that right now, and I get that. But you've got to look at what's best for the club. We've gone through a very difficult season. A lot of players want out. We're getting new signings in. They're going to show what they've got. And the only other thing I could think of, the only other way we could win this Champions League, which would be very, very unlikely, but it could happen because Chelsea, everyone knows, every Chelsea fan knows, when Chelsea play in a Champions League night, either at Stamford Bridge, under the light, or at a different stadium, everybody knows how Chelsea play Champions League. We play it like we've got nothing to lose. We literally go out there and put the sword to their throat, and we will very gently just poke them and just try and get it through, and that's what we do. We've always done that. Chelsea have always done that. And maybe, just maybe, the fact that we having Mudryk, Madueke and Joa Felix as our starting 11 for the rest of the season, that could just be something. That really could just be something. That could be those three players could win us the Champions League. You just don't know. I cannot wait to see Madueke, Joa Felix and Mudryk play. I really can't wait. Either we do play a 4-3-3 and we play Mudryk, Madueke and Joa Felix at the attack, or we play a 3-4-2-1, or we could do a 3-2-4-1, which that's quite a good formation. I play that on FIFA. But Potter's got to sort of like find some sort of chemistry that's going to work, and I really, really think that if we can play our new attackers, then we're going to have something. We're going to have something, because the thing is, Madueke, Joa Felix, and Mudryk have come into this club. They know the highest of standards, and we've seen what Mudryk's already done. We've seen how threatening he is and how much he just thinks forward, and he gets the ball and he tries to create opportunities, create chances constantly. I can guarantee now Mudryk will be Madueke will be the same, and we all know Felix is a bit like that. Felix is a centre forward. We've got the players. Play them. Don't start from this 2-week break. If we start playing, for example, Mason Mount, Sterling, and Havertz, when we've got Mudryk, Madueke, and Joa Felix on the bench, I do not understand what Potter's doing. At that point, I look to the manager, not to the players, because Mudryk will be obviously available. Joa Felix will be, he won't have his red card suspension, so he'll be available, and so will Madueke. I'll be shocked when we come back from this 2-week break and we for the rest of the season we start playing like Mason Mount, Sterling, and or Aubameyang or Havertz at top. When we've got those attacking, we've seen the quality that we've got on the bench. But yeah, it's going to be one of those interesting ones. I personally think this 2-week break is what Chelsea need. No football for this week, and then obviously next Friday we'll be back. So yeah, but no guys, that is going to conclude today's stream. Do hope you have all enjoyed it. Thanks everyone that's coming out. I've got to head off now. I've got a busy evening ahead, and yeah, up with Chelsea. Hopefully we can get top 4. I'll be back hopefully very soon for another stream. Either Farming Space news or information, or more football news, depending on what news there is, obviously tomorrow and the next day. But yeah, I'll keep you guys all up to date. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all later. Thanks very much.